Hi, I'm Jen and I'm here with Get Lifted TV with Kwame J from Spoken Movement, and we're at the Breakin Convention, which is the biggest hip-hop theatre event of the year. So Kwame, Spoken Movement, can you tell us about who Spoken Movement are and what you do?
Spoken Movement is a hip-hop theatre company. We create hip-hop theatre for different platforms around UK. We've been running for about 3 years. We work with concept, narrative and stimulus, and we work with different styles of hip-hop and contemporary dance. We merge the two styles and we create our own style of movement and texture. We use some of our pieces to raise awareness as well, and we really dig in depth with our movement, and we try to create work that evokes thought and provokes a guttural response, so the audience can past the analytical response and focus more on the emotional response to the pieces that we create. And we've been running, and Breakin Convention has supported us for so many years, and we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a great platform, isn't it? So tell us about your rehearsal process, because I know that there are various stages to it which make the performance for you guys. Can you expand on it for us?
Our rehearsal process is it starts with a workshop, and we come with an idea. Sometimes we don't have an idea. Sometimes we're just within the space and we draw inspiration from each other. Sometimes it's just movement, or sometimes we come with a concept and we work off of the concept, and we develop the idea bit by bit based off of layers. So it might start off with a specific movement and it will develop from there, and then a narrative might come into place, and then next thing you know, we have a story behind it. The piece that we're conveying this year is called Family Honor, which is based on two sisters having a conversation. They haven't spoken in about a year, and they've come into this one intimate setting, and they're having this conversation about a taboo she committed against her father, and all of this scenario is trapped within her mental state. So we're focusing on that and trying to create an immersive performance.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into that one, like really getting involved as an audience member. Yeah. So Kwame, what would you say is your main responsibility as a choreographer for Spoken Movement?
My main responsibility would be to make sure my artists develop. My motto is I train leaders, not followers. So I make sure my artists don't rely on me, and they rely on themselves to develop, as well as me as developing them as artists. I train most of the time. I make sure my artists train as well. I also focus on training the mental state as well as the physical state, and hopefully eventually I want all of my artists to start creating their own work as well, because I want my company to become a collaborative process. At this point in time, I'm leading the whole thing, but they're at this stage whereby they can build, so they're growing each day by day and in every rehearsal as well. So I would say my main goal is to make sure my artists develop and the company pushes limits within hip-hop theatre.
I love that. So it's about passing on something to them where they can be self-sufficient as well. That's great. And so what is the rest of the year or the future got in store for Spoken Movement?
It's going to sound cliche, but we would love to take over the world in regards to touching every platform around Europe and around the world internationally. We want to push the form of dance and hip-hop theatre, and we would like to push dance in a sense that is respected within every genre in life, and hopefully artists can be paid as much as doctors and accountants and bankers and whatever the weather may be. We want to push our art so it's identified within the space, and yes, that's what we're looking to do this year. And obviously we've got our show coming along. Hopefully we're going to promote that to Wildcard, and we can do a show within Sadler as well. We've also got auditions this year coming up to extend the company. Also we have a sharing happening at Redbridge, and people should just look out for it and support, as well as support other acts that are here in Breakin Convention as well. And that's the love that we want to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kwame. We'll look out for these guys, Spoken Movement, and I look forward to seeing your performance.